In this video, we want to go ahead and set up the additional formulas, basically so we can cache values, at the start of each round that are going to control things such as the max amount of zombies allowed on the map at once to handle like spawn management so we don't, get the entire, series of zombies on the map at the same time, and the max amount of zombies that we're actually going to have per round. So this formulas here I found online. They are pretty close, but I'm pretty sure people just kind of started grabbing numbers and getting them closer and closer and closer. So who knows what the actual one is or if they use some sort of curve. I really don't know. But these are what we're going to use. So first thing we need is the max zombies on map, which we kind of have with this max zombie count. So I want to rename this to something a little bit more clear. So max zombies, let's do on map, or max zombies allowed on map. And we'll set it to 0 by default. And we can just plug that in like so. So we just need to basically rename. And then we want another one, and this is going to be the max zombies allowed per round. So let's change it to max zombies per round, or let's do on round. And same thing, set it to 0, and that's really all we need there. So next up, we want to go ahead and make some simple functions to set these values. So let's do void set max zombies allowed on map. And same thing, void set, what did I call it? Set max zombies on round. Okay, let's make the definitions. And as you can kind of see here, the first thing we need is going to be the player count in at least 2 of these. So let's go ahead and get the player count, and that can be done through the player array of the game state. So the player array is basically just an array of player states, and it is replicated, and each entry is basically a new player. So what we want to check is, well, basically we can just get the player count by the number of players states in the player array. So const int32 player count equals get game state, a game state base, because we just need to give it a type. And we want the player array dot num, and that'll be the amount of players. So the first thing we want for the max on map is going to be 24 plus 6 times the player count minus 1. So we want to store that in the max zombies allowed on map. Then from there, we can actually call it to set it. So on next round, when we go ahead and kind of clean things up, we want to call the set max zombies allowed on map like so. So I already know this is good to go. Let's go ahead and move down, and we want to do a check. So basically a round check. So if the round is less than 12, we run this formula. Otherwise, we run, this ugly mess here. So we need to get access to the round, which is again through the game state. So we can actually copy this guy here, and that gives us the round. But I do want to test this to kind of get a rough idea. So what I'm going to do instead is make this blueprint callable. So U function blueprint callable, and just pass in the round. So int32 round test. There, let's just change it to a round actually. And we'll comment out the round we just made. So if round is less than 12, we do logic, otherwise we do different logic. So the first set of logic, let's go ahead and store it like so. So we need the player count. So we can just copy that. And we want the max zombies on round to equal 6 times the round plus player count to the power of 2. So fmath power of player count to the power of 2 divided by 4. So we need to static cast player count to a float and I'll just change 2 to 2.0. So that takes care of before round 12. Now we need to figure out this. So instead of doing like if, player equals 1, if player equals 2, 3, 4, I'm going to have a simpler kind of method. And this will be something that we can later on, if we want to, move to say, the project settings if we wanted, or just configure it in the game mode itself. But basically, it's going to be a structure that contains a set of floats. So first, second, and third floats. So we're going to make this a private struct in the zombies game mode. So struct, let's call it f max zombies on round player count values. So we want a float first, second, and third. Let's go ahead and make our constructor. So this guy, we're going to want a const float. Let's do first val, const float second val, and third val. And now we can go ahead and set it. So first equals first val, second equals second val, third equals third val. So now let's make this into a map. So tmap, and the key is going to be the player count. So just int 32. And then the value is going to be a f max zombies on round player count values. So we'll just name it max zombies on round player count values. And now we just need to set that up. But first we can actually do the logic here. So let's just copy one of these over. So it's going to be max zombies on round equals. So it's going to be the first. So we need access to that. So f max zombies on round player count values equals max zombies on round player count values dot find. And we want to find the player count. So let's move the player count up here. So we have access to it in both places. And we're just going to do values. We want the first value times the power. So f math power of the round, which we need to static cast to a float. And that's going to be to the power of 2. Then we want to add the second value and multiply the round again and add the third value. And that's going to take care of it. So that is pretty much everything we need here. Now I just want to print it out. So UE log temp, warning, text. Let's do max zombies on round %d. Oh, oops, change that to %d as well. So the only thing I want now is, because this does return a pointer, I want to do a simple check. So if we, don't find the value and it crashes, I want to know exactly where the crash happened and kind of why. So check f values, and basically if it's not found, we can just do max zombies on round count values not found for player count %d, and just pass in the player count. So that'll go ahead and notify the crash log and basically show us everything we need to know. So we have our test, but we don't have our values. So we need to go ahead and add some. So we're going to go to our constructor, which apparently we need to make. And we want to go ahead and add to it. And we want to add a key for a value of 1. So 1 player. And then we need the value. So let's do 1 player. And because we have the constructor set up, we need the first, second, and third values. So I'm just going to copy this entire thing. Just so we have an easy look at it. Probably wasting more time actually doing the cleanup than anything else. Okay, so we have the first value, the second value, and the third And then we can pass in 1 player and do the same thing again. 2, 3, and 4. So 2 players, 3 players, and 4 players. Then we can change 4, 3, and 2 so we know which index and keep copying through. And that should take care of it. So we have our 1, 2, 3, and 4 players. Now we just need to set them like so, because I almost forgot to do that, and that would have been a fun problem to figure out. But yeah, we have our, map filled. So I'm going to go ahead, compile, and launch. So that way we can give this function here a simple test. So it's not exact. I went ahead and made this formula, and this second one is the one that I found online. It's pretty accurate after round 12 from what people are saying. I've tinkered with it some, and it's close enough according to other zombie calculators. And then mine is before round 12, and it's again one of those things where it's close enough. So let's go ahead and go to our pawn, and we'll set it up to where when we press a key, we'll just, print out some values. So let's do left mouse button, and we'll just start at 2. And we want to get the game mode. We want to cast it to the zombies game mode like so. And we want to call the set max zombies on round and just pass in, we'll just do 1. So let's copy, paste, and copy, paste. So we're going to change 2 to 3, 2 to 4, and 2 to 5, and just pass in different values. So let's try round 1, and we'll do round 4, then we'll do 9, and 15, or we'll do 6, 15. So we can press play. So we press 2, and we get our crash. So maybe that's on the assertion that we just made, actually. All right, so that's on increment round on the game state line 19. So 19. Okay, so I know what happened. We didn't actually set the game state class to use. So it's not actually using the zombies game state. So let's go ahead, reopen the project, and set it to use it. Okay, so back here in the editor, go to world settings, go to our zombies game mode, and set the game state class to be zombies game state. And that should resolve it. So now let's try it again. Press 2. We got 6, 24, 54, and 43. So let me bring up that calculator doohickey. Okay, so once we're here, so on round 1, instead of it being 4, we're going to have 6. That's, again, just my formula. Then on round 4, we have 19, we have 24. On round 9, oh, that's right, because it locks it on World at War. So let's go to, I think that has an uncapped, maybe? Not seemingly. But, yeah. So we bump it up to 2. We'll actually have a little bit closer of a reading. So let's just try it with 2, and we'll go from there. So we'll do a listen server. And I want to clear the, actually, did I ever spawn? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I want to clear the log and press 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for 2 players, we on round 1 have 7, we have 6 here. On round 4, we have 24, we have 25. On round 9, we have 34, we have 55, they have 34. And on round 15, they have 64, and we have 64. So it's pretty close, not the greatest. Let's try it on let's do round 11 to kind of see, because I'm curious on that. So let's change 15 to 11. Wait for the player state to go up and press 5. So we have round or 67 on round 11 and they have 45. So we're going to have a higher, total zombies count per round, but it's close enough. I mean, you can tweak it a little bit by changing which value you're dividing by. That might be something to consider. So it scales a little bit differently with different player counts, or just start with a different multiplication value instead of 6 or something like that. But again, it just kind of gets us in the ballpark. So now we can delete that from Blueprint, close out of the editor, and remove the round parameter. So this way, we are back to using our actual round like so. And we just need to call it. So on next round, where we call set max zombies allowed on map, we're going to call set max zombies on round. Okay, actually, let's change it to allowed per round. Also remove the blueprint callable. So set max zombies allowed on round. Okay, and then we have our variables. So max zombies allowed on round. So let's rename that like so. And there it also is. Actually, we can remove this log as well. Okay, so we now have our set of values. So we have the max zombies that are going to be allowed on the map at any given time. And we also have the max amount of zombies that we want to have per round. So on round 1, there's going to be a total of, say, 7 or something like that. And round, 15 might have, I don't know, 68. I think it was, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, those are going to be pretty close at least. So now that we have that, we can actually go ahead and in the next video, we will make use of it. So since we have the value set, what we can do is start configuring the spawn zombie to tally up basically our spawn zombie count until we hit a certain threshold and clear the timer. So we have that. However, we have the max zombies allowed on map clearing the timer. And that works. However, we want to have some additional conditions because we don't want to have, so we're going to have to tie into the zombie's death here, but we don't want to have it just stop spawning after it reaches the max zombies. We need to limit it to where it only spawns the max amount of zombies that we're allowed to have on map. So we're always kind of keeping the map, full of zombies until we hit the max amount of zombies that we're spawning for the round. Once we do that, we don't want to do any more, and we want to stop the timer. So instead of doing max zombies allowed on map, we want to change it to max zombies allowed on round. So once that threshold there is hit, we stop spawning altogether. But until then, we want to do a wrap and basically do kind of a check. So we want to keep a track of basically how many zombies are alive and how many are dead. So with that said, I will see you in the next video where we set that up. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.